Hey, look. Labels blowing up my line and got me missing calls. Told her you ain't gotta hit me till you licking. Feel like ZVF, baby, I be cooler than the mink weather. Make a Coke bottle, give me brain till I think better. Back up on my again, hanging out with Benjamin. Franklin got me stankin' in the Lincoln, talking dividends. Look at what we did again.
Brother DMG the poet. Y'all know what it is. Before we get into our spiel, I gotta do my spiel. Let me say God bless to all my Christian brothers and sisters. Let me say Hotep to my Kemetic brothers and sisters. I want to say Shalom or Shalom to all my Israelite brothers and sisters. I want to say Assalamu Alaikum to all my brothers and sisters in the NOI. I want to say Islam to all my Moorish brothers and sisters. I want to say peace to all my brothers and sisters in the nation of gods and earth, them 5%ers. I want to say what's up to all my Rasta brothers and sisters. Salute to all my atheist brothers and sisters. What's up to all my Abo brothers and sisters. Big what up to all my Naga brothers and sisters. Last and certainly not least, I want to say Jambo to all the rest of my brothers and sisters all throughout the African diaspora, be it here in the wilderness of the United States of America or beyond. Y'all know I say that greeting for one reason and one reason only. It's because if you black, I'm with you. And I hope that you with me. Our different ideologies should not keep us from uniting. We can have unity without uniformity. And guess what, family? As hard as it may be, we can disagree without being disrespectfully disagreeable. With that being said, family, let's get into it.
Yeah, talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand. I'm back again like flu season. I broke records while loose leafing. I'm coming down my roof, leaving. Don't give a I don't care. Did the by my lonesome. No wonder now I'm on one. No shortcuts on that long run. All I really want is my share. Get him, I got him, I told him it's nothing. In the discussion, all them feelings I throw on my pain on percussion. It's disgusting. I hear them bragging about that they did, and it do not move me, not in the least. They ain't been dropping no seeds in the soil, but swear that you on my spot at the feast. I've been on go mode, showboat, rowboat, wave ride. Cool shorty, too naughty, pool party, wet for the face ride. Annie up, penny down, hand me down, thrift store, old drip. New money, too funny, old shorty, talk about old. I'm on they now, can't get a pass now. I'm a cash cow, keeping it brash now. It's trash now, I'ma spaz out. I've been killing my lows and living on highs. You see in the sky's the proof. You could just see in my eyes that there is no lies. I cannot disguise the truth. I've been ducked off, getting in my new merch, colored duck sauce on the new couch with my Chucks on. Get the on with that hate. I'm big cool on the small chat, cause I know now that I'm all that. Got a hawk guy on the ball cat, get the out of my face. Talking to my mirror like I love you so much. Curving on my critics like I heard you, so what? You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. Tally all the I ever gave on my head. Lately I've been living like I can't take a loss. They ain't wanna help me, that's what made me a boss. You can't kill my confidence, I think I'm the man. We don't give a that's what they don't understand.
No matter how many times I say it, we don't give up. That's what they don't understand. Welcome back, family. It's been a long time. I shouldn't have left you without a dope show to listen to. It's your brother DMG the poet, aka the infamous DMG aka Brother Pianki, and we got a powerful guest. Brother, I've been wanting to chop it up with for a long time. Brother, please introduce yourself to the Paradigm Shift TV 314 audience.
And how y'all doing, family? How y'all doing, man? It's just blessed to be a part of the platform, man. You know what I'm saying? Just oh man, I'm so excited to be here, man. Can't wait to get things started. You know what I'm saying? First official show. So I mean, let's get it rolling.
No doubt, no doubt. And with that being said, y'all see the title of the show. I call the brother name is Michael Everett. I call him the Michael Everett, and this is his takeover show. We were supposed to do it last night, but I had some things I had to take care of, and so the brother was gracious enough to allow me to move it to tonight. We're gonna get right into it, brother. You know, this is a channel where we talk about religion, politics, sex, you name it, we get into it over here. So let's jump into one of our favorite topics on the shift: religion. What is your religious ideology? How did you get there? And I'll let you answer that before I get into the next part of that question. Go ahead.
All right. Well, technically, I would actually, you know, what I'm saying consider myself to be an atheist. Don't necessarily consider myself to have a belief in any particular religion, but I have, you know, what I'm saying, been well read over the years. You know, what I'm saying I grew up just like most people in America, or most black families in America, grew up in the church. But you know what I'm saying, as time went on, you know what I'm saying, just kind of separated myself from that and just tried to, you know what I'm saying, focus more on getting myself together, my developing my own mentality and stuff like that.
Okay, okay. So now you know what's coming. You know what's coming. So now, if you grew up in the church, what was it that made you veer off of that path?
Oh man. Um Basically it was just my personal experience growing up in the church. You know, I kind of always felt like I was a outsider, you know what I'm saying, even when I was a little kid growing up in the church. I remember one time my mom asked me if I was a Christian. I was probably like maybe 13, 14 years old. And, you know, I was honest with her. I told her no. And she asked me why. And I said, well, I just can't do the things that they do. I can't walk the way they walk. I can't talk the way they talk. And, but at that age, I really didn't have a great understanding of what I was, you know what I'm saying, what I was feeling. So I couldn't really articulate it that well. So as time went on, and you know saying, you know, when you're in your teenage years, you go through your growing pains and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying, your rebellious phase and all that. So when you know life started to happen, you know, I started to have some, you know, same struggles and stuff like that. I noticed how some of the people that I grew up with in the church, the same individuals that I used to consider to be like another mother and another father to me, you know, my idols and role models, I started to notice how they were looking at me and how they were speaking to me, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't really cool with that. So I felt like that, you know what I'm saying, I was really betrayed by the same individuals that I looked up to, you know what I'm saying, as I was growing up. So I end up separating myself from my original church family. And then after that, I just kind of, you know what I'm saying, I just kind of walked away from the whole thing because, yeah, and not necessarily saying that everyone that is involved in the church has the same, you know what I'm saying, mentality when it comes to, you know, looking down on others for their struggle in life. But um, I didn't like the way they responded, you know what I'm saying, to the situations that I was going through in life. I had maybe, you know what I'm saying, a handful of individuals that was at the church that, you know what I'm saying, they would reach out to me. They would try to, you know what I'm saying, talk to me and stuff like that, try to counsel me during my struggles. But the people that I really looked up to, they started to look down on me. And
Mm,
and whether
okay.
you realize it or not, you know what I'm saying, that has a major impact going forward with your mentality, especially when you're still in that developmental stage, because you need those role models. You know what I'm saying? You really want those people to reach out to you, you know what I'm saying, and give you some advice on how to do
So,
things in the proper way.
so if I may, let me ask you this, because my second favorite pastor, Pastor Trey Williams, would say, "Well, this brother just church hurt. He tripping off of people. He ain't tripping off of God." What would you say to a statement like that?
Mm, well, I'll put it like this. Um, when I start to notice how they were looking down on me and stuff like that because of the struggles that I was going through, it let me know that their heart was not in the right place. And I realized that the older that I got, because, you know what I'm saying, through my own personal struggles, I still turned around and I tried to reach out to, you know what I'm saying, the younger generation and people, you know what I'm saying, also my peers. And, you know what I'm saying, tried to give them advice on how to avoid the same pitfalls that I fell into. So at the same, I get what they say when they say church hurt, but you know what I'm saying, when you see that many people that are involved in the church that have that same mentality, it's kind of hard to form that bond within that community.
Got you. And I ain't gonna go too much further into that, because it's not about that per se. It's about your perspective, and if that's your perspective, I respect it. I do think we got some potential for a future conversation though. So, and I know, given what we talked about before we jumped on, I know you open to that. So let me ask you this, because you and everybody favorite back chat group. Uh, I think it's the best back chat group out there, the Paradigm Shift uh, debates and dialogues group. And let me ask you, man, because we had a big uproar when we started when we brought in a few intelligent sisters to the fold.
I already know who you been to talk about, man.
Yeah, yeah, and the chat be popping. It be popping. So but it's always lively. Shout out to everybody in the Paradigm Shift chat. But when we got this injection of intelligent black women, young intelligent black women at that, uh, it seemed to be some blowback from a lot of brothers that couldn't handle uh, discourse with these sisters. And I know you was one of the brothers amongst others who didn't really understand that. What's your thoughts on what we seeing, not just in the group, but in the larger community, as it relates to our people and black men, basically, uh, and black women for that matter, where we've sort of fallen for the banana in the tailpipe, where we become each other's biggest critic instead of our biggest supporters.
Man, first I just want to say I don't think it's just a black issue, you know what I'm saying, the issue within the black community, but it's an issue that a lot of males have in general, where
Yeah,
they
and I want to acknowledge this. You 100% right. I just don't care about what other people have to say regarding that. I'm just more so
Mhm.
focused on how we got there as a community. But you 100% right about that, though.
Yeah, see, I noticed that before some of them actually joined the group, that, you know what I'm saying, we used to have a lot of you know what I'm saying, conversations on call and stuff like that. where we used to be talking about, saying how we treated females in relationships and stuff. And, I noticed that a lot of the guys, or some of the same guys that, end up going to war with the females in the back chat now, have this mentality where they just feel like um, the female has no right to say anything against what the man is speaking on. And so that ends up setting off these intelligent, independent females, you know what I'm saying? And it's really just an ego trip. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them grew up in this with this mentality where they believe that the female is supposed to subject themselves to the male, no questions asked. As long as he bringing money home and as long as he providing, she should be willing to do whatever it takes, to keep him satisfied. And and to me, they just have the wrong mentality when it comes to dealing with females. I mean, they kind of make relationships look like slavery. And so when it comes to these females, they are strong-minded, independent females, and they just will not let somebody tell them what to do in that manner. Hey, and I can't blame them, because like, hey, if you're a man and all you have is a GED or high school level education, and you end up with a female that has a college degree, a master's degree, a doctrine, hey, they are not going to listen to you.
Check this out. Check this out. The funny thing about that is I got a GED and my wife got her master's and she working on her doctorate. And we've been married for 27 years. 5 children. Would have been 6, but we lost a baby. 5. Like Booker T, 5 times, 5 children. Yeah, I mean, and we at a better stage in our marriage than we probably ever been. So when I see brothers on this like inferior tip to sisters, because sisters got a monicum of they got education and they got success, it's really like it's bugged out to me, because I'ma always be a man regardless of education, regardless of income, etc. And my wife always has treated me as such. So it's real bugged out to me, bro, because and I'm a female advocate. Like I don't like I get like Ratchet Craig be like DMG, you gotta chill out with the savior complex when it comes to females. They can hold their own, because I hear some of the stuff that be said and I be like, I'm kicking such and such out. Or I'm gonna have a conversation with such and such, or this and that, because I feel a way when I hear men talk to women a particular way. Now, that's not to say if a woman disrespects you, you don't return that in kind, but a lot of it be unprovoked, and so it's weird to me, bro. And so, let me ask you this: do you have a problem debating or having a dialogue with a female on any topic at all?
No, not at all, bro. Like I'm one of those people, like I love having those like in-depth conversations with other females. Like I really want to know what they're thinking about. You know what I'm saying? When a female is talking to me and engaging with me, I want to know what's on her mind, how she feels, you know what I'm saying, when the way I'm speaking to her and all this type stuff. Like I want to know everything about her. I want to get to understand her and stuff like that. Like when it comes to all that. So I really don't get where some of these guys get off when they just, try to subject women to, how they want them to behave and how they want them to speak and carry themselves. I'm like, hey, bro, if you want, for example, you have a lot of males that have issues with how other females dress. I'm like, hey, if you're not with her, you really can't say anything about how she dressed. If that's not your daughter, that's not your wife, you know what I'm saying? You have no say so in it. So if you don't like, a female that, wears short skirts and tight dresses and shows cleavage, then you need to approach a female that dresses more conservatively.
Hey, bro, I went on this panel, right? And it was crazy because brothers was like, these women is sluts, and these women is this, and these women is hoes, and these women is and I'm like, all right. So, and they talking about black women. And so here, my position is this, bro. First of all, because they love to say that, oh, they want to be like Sexy Red and Nicki Minaj and Meg Thee Stallion, etc. Right? And here's my issue with that. Y'all talking about a subsect of black women. Because most black women I know from early 20s to late 40s, 50s, 60s, etc., are educated, seeking an education, working, or either in a position where they now become the matriarch of their family, or they next in line to be the matriarch of their family. You know, that woman that everybody kind of lean on for support, be it financially, be it mentally, etc. Right? Those are most black women that I've run into and experienced. Now, I'm not saying that the ones who want to be what they describing don't exist. Here's the problem that our brothers don't seem to want to own up to. I believe, and I believe this in my heart of hearts. I believe those sisters who they talking about, like I said, that subsect of sisters who are hoes and who are sluts, they'll stop being hoes and sluts when black men stop loving hoes and sluts.
Exactly.
So you feel me? So like what we talking about? Like they trying to be what you want. And that's the problem. See, we got the Frankenstein, Dr. Frankenstein issue. If anybody didn't read the actual novel, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, he created a monster, and then all he could do after creating that monster was seek to destroy it. And so we create this monster in these young women or women who develop these bad behavioral traits or traits that we consider to be negative. And then after we've created the monster, now we want to destroy it. But we don't want to take ownership over creating it. So I watched my father go between my mother and my stepmother for years. And he had no accountability to what he was mentally doing to either one of those women. What he was doing to the kids over there and what he was doing to the kids over there. All he know is I wanted to be with all my kids. But it don't work like that when you playing with people's feelings. You see what I'm saying? But
definitely.
You want to hold them accountable for how they acting and moving as it pertains to the children now. But yeah, you mad because they weaponizing them children, but that's the only weapon they got against you. But you ain't tripping off the fact that you played with their heart though, that you played with their feelings. See, ain't no innocence. I got a saying, bro, ain't no innocence in the affairs of women and men. But for some reason, brothers want to get left off the hook and they want to put the onus on sisters, and sisters is tired of it. Sisters calling brothers out for not having their back, for not protecting them, for not being what they need them to be. And so now all of a sudden we want to get in this Kevin Samuels fresh and fit mentality where all we got is smoke for the black women. You got people on both sides saying we need to divest and deal with other ethnic groups. Nah, what we need to do is stop bullshitting ourselves and understand the only way forward is to lean back into what made us a powerful community in the first place. And that's the black man being with the black woman and them supporting one another on the same level that they always have. This whole we put each other down thing, to me, is foolishness. And I ain't mean to go into a diatribe. I know it's your takeover, but
Hey, no, bro, you're right. Because for example, like let's take a look at this parallel where you brought up Nicki Minaj and saying Cardi B's and stuff like that, right? The Sexy Reds. Now we sit up there and we'll sit up there and say, saying, oh, I don't like them because they doing this, they doing that, saying you need to be more conservative. But who created the monster? They know exactly what they're doing. They know who their target audience is. And they're not targeting females, they're targeting males. Saying every time they do this. But we look at somebody like Lil Boosie and we'll worship them, saying, just by the lyrics in their song. And you take a look at his relationship where just this past year where he was having some struggles with his daughter and his baby mother. And he started to air out all they, all their personal business. And I'm just like, man, do you really understand the damage you are doing to both of these females by sitting up there trying to tell everybody about the dirtiest points, their lowest points in their life? You want to put them on blast for every mistake they make, but at the same time, you want to be worshipped for being the male that has multiple females, that has multiple baby mamas. But if a female has multiple baby daddies, we will automatically condemn her. If she has multiple children, most of the time we will condemn her. But we will look at another man and we will hold him in high esteem just because he has 4 or 5 kids. Like, who created the monster here?
Yeah, hey man, and the crazy thing about it is we do this with a straight face and with our chest stuck out, proud, like bro. But then when we see a sister with a clear man, as my son called our Caucasian brothers, when we see a sister with a clear man, we mad. When we see her with an Asian man, we mad. When we see it with a Latino man, we mad. But we the ones dropping her off at work in her car. While we ain't got damn job, going to another chick house in her car.
And bringing it back with no gas.
And then when she find bringing it back, she got to fill it up. And then when she find out we've been taking her car, her gas, her money, because she gonna throw you a couple of dollars because she know you're broke. When she find out you that the same Negro who ain't got a job, lying, talking about you're going on interviews and you're filling out applications and all of this other stuff, right? But you going over Shantae house and you and Shantae getting cozy. You riding Shantae around in your gal car. When she find out about that and she kick you to the curb, now you want to dog her out. When you find out she letting homeboy break her back out.
I know. So you find out that she got a work husband, that's when he want to get upset.
Yeah. Not she a hoe and not she a slut, because but you don't got no accountability for how you play with her feelings. So I'm just kind of looking at cats real funny style when and what I'm realizing is it's a lot of cats that was victims of fatherless homes, like I was, and they bring a lot of feminine energy to females, right? Like Bootsy, airing out his daughter and his daughter's mother's business like a female because he got feminine energy. He ain't had no man to slap him upside his head when he put on his mama wig, or when he put on his mama's shoes, when his wrist got a little limp. He ain't had no man to smack him upside his head. So he don't think it's abnormal to air out your child, no matter what's going on between y'all. I got a daughter that I'm estranged from, and the situation is such that I could say some things that I know would probably have her like, that was the situation? Wait a minute, what now? I don't do that. Because at the end of the day, no matter what's going on between us, she's still my child. And I'm still going to consider her feelings over mine. You feel me? I'm going to consider how she feel about her mother over my hurt feelings. But you got a lot of cats that got feminine energy because all they knew was a woman. And again, it ain't their fault and it ain't the woman's fault. That man that left that woman to raise that boy got to be accountable for that. And so you seeing a lot of men come to females sideways because they got resentment in their heart. Some men don't even realize what they doing, but I'm looking at them funny style because I don't hear them saying nothing about what men should do. I just heard about what they think women should do. See, what we need to start doing is saying men need to do X, Y, Z. Because what I know about society and communities is when men get their act together, women will follow that. If you a man that a woman can respect, I don't care what your economical situation is. I don't care what your your financial situation. Like if you getting up every day and you getting off your ass and you going to do something, that woman will get behind you. But we don't want to tell other brothers what to do. We want to tell the sister what to do. No, start telling these Negroes what to do and how they get themselves together. Go ahead, bro.
A lot of times, I remember talking about this before too. A lot of times I've noticed this as an older male now that I, hit my 40s.
Real quick. Shout out to my man Takari in the building. Shout out to the champ Pandemus and my man Thomas White in the building. Go ahead, bro.
So I noticed that when a lot of times when this happens, that we don't understand really how to be accountable in those situations. We just believe that, like I said, we have this misogynistic, ideas. Well, if we say it, they should do it. If you're not doing it, then you going against the man's will, or you going against the man of the house, the head of the house. And then we get it in our head that they are the ones that are actually messing up. When in fact, we are the ones that are not actually capable of providing the right guidance in those situations. So if a female ends up separating from the father of her child, then who's left, to guide that young man? It's going to be his uncles, maybe the grandfather, if he's also still alive and present. But we can also go back into our own lives as men and remember some of the bad advice that, we got from our uncles, especially. Hey, man, hey, nephew, you need to go out here. You don't need to be lovey-dovey on these females. You need to be doing this. You need to be a player. Don't be paying for their dinner. If they not giving up none, you don't pay for it. And we have the wrong mentality. A lot of us were taught the wrong way, of how to actually be a man in a relationship. So we don't know how to raise a young man properly. I've seen it. You have more males that actually grow up into a household with their father who's cheating on their mother, and they honestly end up respecting that male figure. And then what they do when they turn around, they get in a relationship, they try to be just like daddy because they idolize that figure. The child would always idolize their parents as long as the parents aren't doing anything to go against the child where they just feel like they're being, abused and mistreated. That child will adore their parents. And even if the father is not in the household, there isn't anything that mother can tell that child that's going to make them stop calling their daddy. As soon as something happens, what they going to say? Oh, I'm going to call my daddy. So a lot of us were not taught how to be males. I mean, how to be men in the relationship. So we don't know how to. There are a lot of males that are fathers and they are active in their child life and they are giving them terrible advice. They're setting a terrible example for them. They're still there. I had a friend of mine, very close friend of mine, who went through the same situation where probably for about 10 years or so, he was actually cheating on his wife. You know what I'm saying? And I always try to, talk to him about situations like that. But at the same time, I was like, I'm not going to step on your toes, but, whatever you do, it's on you. You know what I'm saying? As a man, it really is. It's on you. And I remember one day we was hanging out, sitting on the porch, and I was like, bro, you know what I'm saying? I noticed you've been real busy, real active lately. You know what I'm saying? Every time I see you posting, you know what I'm saying? You at the kids' baseball game, the volleyball game, the basketball game, you at the PTO meetings. I said, what happened, bro? And he looked me in my eye. He said, man, one night I was chilling with another female and he's sitting over her house with her kids, helping her kids do homework. He gets a text from his wife asking him to come home because his kids need help with their homework. And that's when it finally set in to him. He said, man, all this time I've been leaving my kids to survive on their own. And I haven't been doing anything for them. And I've been helping another man raise his kids. And he's not even there for him. Hey, bro, I salute him. I was like, man, I'm proud of you, man. Like he turned his life up like around and he really became a family man. You know what I'm saying? He does everything for his kids now. I mean, he's always there for them. He takes off work just to drive up to the school to have conversations with the teachers, the coaches, and everybody. And I'm just like, bro, I'm proud of that because as black males, we have this stigma in America that we are just terrible fathers, and that we're always absent. We were never there to support them. And
the opposite.
Yeah. I mean, he for a while he was on that path where he just, saying I guess it's because he just felt like he wasn't satisfied with this relationship or whatever, but I said once he got it into his head that he needed to be there for his kids no matter what, like he just flipped the script, man. He's like one of the best fathers I've never seen, man.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So I know we ain't really come to talk about, black male female dynamics, but I'm glad we did touch on it. And in the words of the great Captain Tazoriak, I'm gonna make a clip out of that. That being said, man, it'd be a lot of smoke in the back chat, bro. It'd be a lot of smoke in the back chat, man. I call him Officer Knock 'em Out. You know him as Officer Mashallah of ISUPK, under Commanding General Yohana, under the command of my brother, my captain, your captain, Captain K. the Gabor. What's up, man? Are you and Mashallah gonna ever get in the ring on this black Israelite situation?
Hey, that's all up to his captain because you already know how those conversations go. He was actually supposed to step in the ring against Brother Neo, but he vetoed that and took on the role for himself. So that's something that they're gonna have to discuss. But you know what I'm saying? I'm ready for it if you feel like you want to have that conversation. But I did
Okay.
catch a little bit of his show when he was talking about the identity crisis in America. So
Yeah, you know
I
where I'm
tuned
going.
in.
You know where I'm
Yeah,
going.
I tuned in on that one. So pretty good information on that. But yeah. So I feel like if he feel if the captain his captain feel like that he's ready for the saying for the platform, then I'm cool with it.
Okay, okay. So what did you think of the Black Identity Crisis in America show?
Uh, See, I always hate, saying trying to put, saying ethnicity into the conversation, saying when it comes to stuff like that, because it's not just about any particular group, you know. Of course, as black people in America, we have experienced a lot. I myself grew up in the South, saying the first time I ever been called nigga was probably when I was about 8 or 9 years old. So, you know what I'm saying? When you grow up in certain environments, bro, you get exposed to a lot of stuff. And some people can handle it, you know what I'm saying? They can, move forward in life and just shrug it off. And some people, it really bugs them. And it's really hard for them to move forward when they have that type of opposition. And I really believe it's because they have this mentality where they feel like someone else has to accept them for who they are. When really it's about, loving and respecting yourself for who you are. Once you get to that point where you just love the person that you are, nobody else on the outside can really shake that foundation. You know what I'm saying? They could call you all type of names. They could do anything to you. And you just gonna shake it off. You gonna hop right back up. Just like Mike Tyson said, everybody got a plan till they get punched in the face.
That's
You know what I'm
facts.
saying? Once you get punched in the face, it's all about how you respond after that. You know what I'm saying? You could lay down on the ground, you could throw in the towel, you could fold over, but hey, if you get back up and you ready to fight, bro, you know what I'm saying? That person that punched you, they're gonna be looking at you in a whole nother light. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I just hit this dude with everything I got, and he's still back on his feet. He still want more. So we just got to get to this point where we really stop caring about what people on the outside think about us, because once you create that foundation within yourself, I mean, nobody can cause that to fall apart.
Real rap. That's real rap right there. Let me ask you this. I know it's some information that you've uh kind of been sitting on as it relates to the ancestor Nat Turner. Uh, go go into that build a little bit, and if you want to come back and do a more in depth presentation later, we can do that too. But go into that briefly with regards to some of the information you'd be laying down possibly in a future show.
Well, this conversation actually started probably about a month ago. Well, we was having this conversation in the back chat, and one of the
And
brothers felt.
real quick, brother, I'm gonna step away for a second, so keep building, but I'll be right back.
All right. So this conversation took place, I'm saying, in the back chat when one of the brothers just felt uncomfortable with a comment that someone made about how religious people tend to use spirituality and religion to manipulate others. And so he brought up Nat Turner as an example. And I ended up jumping in the conversation, letting them know that that was actually a very bad example to use, because Nat Turner did, in fact, manipulate the people into following him so he could cause a slave revolt. So this is something that honestly takes place all the time. It's not necessarily something that is evil, but what he did was he influenced the people. Nat Turner was someone who believed that he was sent by God to free his people, just like Moses was. And Nat Turner used that belief. It wasn't something that he faked himself. He honestly believed in God. He was a Christian. He felt like that it was his duty to free his people from this unjust slavery that they were going through. And I have no problem with what Nat Turner did, just like there were many other people who were Christians that were slave revolutionaries. Harriet Tubman being another famous person that was also a Christian who freed many black people under the same premise that she was sent by God to free her people. And I agree with that. There will never be a day where I say that someone has the right to own another person in that manner. I feel like that's just the worst thing we could ever do to each other. And that's why I really don't agree with a lot of these males when they come to the conclusion where they believe that they need to, rule their relationship over their female with an iron fist. At some point, you got to come to the understanding what you're doing is actually having a negative impact on someone else's existence. But what Nat Turner did was something entirely different. Nat Turner used his belief, he used his faith in God because he knew that in his heart that his people, that he himself was not born to be a slave to another man, that his people was not meant to live that life. So Nat Turner used the Bible and the text within the Bible to influence the other people who were Christians at that point in time, who had somewhat more of a passive aggressive mindset. And he grouped these people up, he gathered all these people, and he was one of the most successful at freeing his people during that point of time. And what Nat Turner did was so powerful that the rest of America had to take notice of what he did. Nat Turner was one of the first black men to ever be put on trial for causing a slave revolt. And he did not deny anything that he did. When he sat down with the attorney, with their meeting, he confessed to absolutely everything. He believed in his heart that he was sent by God to free his people. And he told them, appreciate the salute, bro. I said, a lot of times we get a little carried away because, individuals that are necessarily atheists who don't believe in these beliefs, where they just feel like that any type of influence that these preachers and these priests have over the congregation or over the population is done in a negative way. But like I said, what Nat Turner did, what Harriet Tubman did was absolutely fascinating, man. Like, I don't care. I wouldn't even care if they were Buddhist monks, you know what I'm saying? And they would have used that as an excuse. To me, like, nobody deserved to have been treated in that manner. And what they did was absolutely right. It doesn't matter who they use for their motivation. They got the job done.
Hey, I can't wait to see what the Super Pan Man have to say about what you saying. He is our undisputed, reigning, defending, conquering world champion of the Versus Series, and he is also a proud atheist. So I wonder what he would think about your comments on our brother Nat Turner. I agree with you 100%.
I mean, we probably heard this a lot floating around, especially within the conscious and the religious community, where people like to bring up Emperor Constantine and what he did within the Byzantine Empire. And I at the same time, I agree with what he did with their civilization, with their society. Because at that point in time, the Byzantine Empire was one of the most ruthless groups around. I mean, these people even slaughtered when Caesar fell, these people were slaughtering each other at that point in time. They were fighting for control over the land. They didn't care who they killed. They did not care about anything. They had some their belief system was just so intertwined with all these different deities that you had people that worship the god of love, and you also had people that worship the god of war, and they had absolutely no problem with killing each other or killing anyone else from outside of their culture. So what he did by establishing Christianity within their society, he caused them to be more accepting towards other individuals. He caused them to be more loving towards other individuals. So, I mean, who's to know what the world would look like if he would not have tried to turn their life around and try to get them in the mindset where they need to be following these positive morals of not just killing people for their resources and trying to enslave any random person that they came across because they felt like they were lesser than them. He tried to get them to embody the principles of what being a Christian was, which was being a loving and caring individual. So I completely agree with what Constantine did with his people, because they honestly needed it. Because I said they were ruthless, and who knows? They could have been worse than the Vikings.
Shout out to my brother Philip Baines in the building. Shout out to my man Anu Kakarot in the building. Real quick, bro. We almost at about an hour. I'm gonna throw some names at you as it pertains to the Versus series. As I throw these names out, I want you to think of a one-word response for each individual I throw out.
Oh man, this could go sideways.
I know. So the first one I'm gonna throw out is the champ, the Super Pan Man.
Oh man, you know what I'm saying? Hey, I love having conversations with Pan. You know what I'm saying?
Wait, bro. One word.
I'm gonna go with distinguish.
Okay, I love it. And that's what I'm gonna start calling them. The reigning, defending, distinguished world champion, undisputed world champion. Go ahead. My bad. Let me throw one more. Let me throw out the Titan known as Takari.
Oh, bro, that's Takari. Let's see. One word to define him. I'm gonna say tenacious. Definitely tenacious. You know what I'm saying?
Tenacious Takari. Man, you giving me some hellified nicknames. I'm gonna have to make new logos. Tenacious. All right, man. Now this one might be hard, man. A1 Richardson.
Man. A1. Man, that's a tough one there. The best word I can use to probably describe him would be, I'm gonna say prideful. You know what I'm saying? He definitely has pride in himself. He definitely has some love for himself. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna say the prideful. He's definitely prideful.
Okay. And these days, you can't mention A1 without mentioning his chief rival, the one and only Dr. Too Sweet.
Oh man. For her, I'm gonna have to say relentless. Relentless, man. Because man, when she gets into a topic, bro, she will not let it go. She will not let it go. She will hammer home the point.
Okay, I love it. Relentless, Dr. Too Sweet. I love it. Okay, okay. Now, let's see. I'm going to throw one more at you. See if I can hit you with a curveball. The Michael Everett.
Oh man. Let's see. Let's see. You know what, bro? That's a tough one to me because I I never really take the time to try to describe myself in what I'm saying in a simple manner. But I've always loved my name, so I'm gonna just go with that. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just go with Mike. You know what I'm saying?
Say his name is his name. I got you. I got you.
Got to be
Okay.
me, bro. I just got to be me at all times.
No doubt. No doubt. Now, do you want to open it up for the panel for a little bit, man? Chop it up with the people, see who want to jump in?
Oh yeah, most deaf, most deaf.
Okay. Let's see who want to jump in, and we'll chop it up for a little bit and close this one out. But I definitely want you to come back, do some presentations. We definitely gonna have you in the versus series, get your debate on. As my man Pan say, get you ranked, all that good stuff. But we'll see who jump on, man. And it's been a pleasure talking to you, man. I've been wanting to do this for a minute.
Hey man, I'm just like I said, I'm just glad to be a part of the platform now. You know what I'm saying? With my first official shows. So I can't wait to kick off this whole debate series, bro. And you know what I'm saying, just jump right into it. But I think one thing I forgot to address. I kind of noticed the question from Takari a little bit late when he was asking about what did Nat Turner do to influence the people. And I just want to make sure I get this across to everybody. I do not think what Nat Turner did was a bad thing at all by convincing the people that he was sent by God to free them. So I just want to get that point across. But I do not believe that Nat Turner was wrong for convincing the people that he was a prophet of God. You know, there have been many people throughout history that are not spoken about in the Bible that have labeled themselves as prophets, emissaries, and all this type of stuff. And they've done fascinating work especially within the Black community and outside the Black community as well. I mean, he did what was necessary to influence the hearts and minds of the people to get them to understand that they were not meant to be born as slaves. They were not meant to die as slaves, that they should have lived their life as the proud individuals that they were born into this existence as.
Hey, and that's listen, man. It been a lot of like we as Black people, and I ain't saying Corey doing this at all, not at all. But it's a lot of slander um, amongst recent uh, Black people, man, more modern Black people as it relates to our heroes. Like you get a lot of slander for Dr. King, you get a lot of slander for Nat Turner. It was a picture of Dr. King, Dr. Sebi, and Malcolm X, and a bunch of people were saying, "Give me Dr. Sebi and give me Malcolm. Y'all can have Martin." And I'm like, what? And I'm just gonna keep it a buck. I love Malcolm. That's my man's. But Martin was on the front line in the South, risking his life, literally, getting injured, locked up, spit on, punched, all of that. Malcolm was up in the north talking his talk. Safe. Safe. From whom? It ain't the same. You know what I mean? It ain't the same. And shout out to Dr. Sebi. But I don't even know why he mentioned in the same breath as Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X. And I'm going to leave it at that.
Hey, well, I would like to say this, though. Growing up in the South, you have a lot of mixed feelings about Martin Luther King. A lot of individuals who believe that, they like the conspiracies, and they believe that he was used to pacify the people, especially here in Alabama, to keep them from being, violent towards the white population during that civil rights era.
So if I may though, bro, to me, that's a naive mentality, because what it sounds like to me is he saved a lot of people's life. Because when you the minority in a country, when the majority got guns, got more guns than you, and you become violent, what do people think would have happened? See, what Dr. King did to me is a genius, because he took the mirror and held it up to America's hypocrisy. See, when America had their nose in every other country business, telling them how they ought to treat people, how they ought to behave on the world stage, Dr. King led peaceful protests, and on national TV, you saw American citizens being attacked by dogs, water hoses, billy clubs, pistol whipped, and every damnable thing possible, while they were not committing violent acts. And so these other world leaders told America, how dare you tell us how to conduct ourselves when this is what you do to your citizens? So Kennedy couldn't do nothing but capitulate. So for people to then have this revisionist history that his strategy wasn't effective is crazy to me. Because had they got violent, look what they did when they wasn't violent. What do people think would have happened if they was violent? It would have been a massacre. Because
excuse me for cutting y'all, but like we also have plenty of stories about what happened to places like Black Wall Street. You know what I'm saying? There were a number of Black communities that were targeted and destroyed here within America through violent acts. And who's to say that would not have taken place here in Birmingham, Alabama, if he would not have stepped in to try to come up with an alternative to how the protest was being done. And he, even though, like I said, you have people that don't agree with his methods of trying to be, passive, he put the spotlight on what was taking place down here in the South. I mean, that was televised. That the whole Bloody Sunday thing, that was televised. And the people down here, when they were showing it, they honestly believed that the rest of white America was going to agree with how they handled it. And they were wrong. Once they seen what was taking place, they seen the unjust beatings. They seen people that were not there to be violent and aggressive, being treated in the most malicious way possible. And
my grandparents told me stories like people in Minnesota and people in California and Colorado couldn't believe it. Like wait a minute. So they not being attacked and they doing this to people? But not to cut you off, because you have a unique experience of being from the South, and I want to get back to that. I want to say this real quick before we go to Takari. Hey, Pandemus, somebody, we gotta do a documentary on that brother, Fred F. Williams, man. We need, like, he need to be more well known than he actually is, bro. It's a travesty that his name not mentioned in the same light as Medgar Evers, Dr. King, Malcolm X, Elijah Muhammad, etc. That's a travesty. But Tenacious Takari TKO Dawson in the building. What's up, bro?
What up? What up? What up? How everybody doing today?
You
What's
got
going
it,
on,
man.
brother?
Yeah,
What you
man.
do?
I was
Just build
what,
with the brother Michael Everett, man.
yeah, it's good. I wanted to kind of talk about like the slavery thing and with the Nat Turner thing. You know what I'm saying? I know like I don't know if Michael Everett is atheist. I don't know. I can't. Are you atheist, Michael Everett? I mean Everett.
Yeah.
Hey,
Okay.
man. Hey, Michael Everett.
Not
I'm just gonna say it. I heard it in his voice, man. He he reeling you
not
in, man. He rubbing his hands. Don't let him fool you. He rubbing his hands together right now. Go ahead. Go ahead.
not really. I was just wanted to see if he was atheist because I never knew what position was I mean yeah Mike Everett. But yeah, about the Bible and about Nat Turner manipulating folks. I don't know about him manipulating folks because I know you saying he manipulated folks because he probably didn't believe in the existence. I mean, because you don't believe in the existence of a God, But at the end of the day, whether you believe God existed or not, he used the Bible as a credit to to revolt against the oppressor, to fight against the oppressor. I still think they got his Bible in a museum that he used to revolt against the so-called against the oppressor. You know what I'm saying? So him and Harriet Tubman. So at the end of the day, we have no choice but to give the Bible and give, because check this out. If this was about science, this anything else, then everything would be getting accredited to. But when it comes to God or when it comes to the Bible, is a manipulation. Like here's the thing: I'm not against science. I love science, and if our ancestors used science to revolt against the oppressor, I would never make an excuse for that. I'd be like, yeah, they use science. Hey, so but in the Bible, because it tells you in I think it says Second Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 6. It tells you that it's a righteous thing to recompense tribulation of those that trouble you, and for those that are troubled, rest in the Most High. You know what I'm saying? That we know that the Bible was written by man, but we gotta also understand that these men that wrote the Bible, they give all credit to a creator. They give all credit to our powerful creator. That's all I wanted to say.
Hey, but we also got to make sure that when we like a lot of times when you hear the word manipulated, that we automatically assume that it's done in a negative manner. But this is how we educate each other. When you were a kid and you didn't want to eat your food, what did your parents do? They grabbed a little spoon, they made airplane noises, oh, eat up. They manipulated us into doing an act that was healthy for us. So manipulation can go either way. It could be something that causes you to do something positive, and it could be something that causes you to do something negative. But what I said, I just want to make sure I get this point across again. I do not feel like what Nat Turner did was wrong. He was absolutely right. We were not born. Nobody was born into this world to be a slave to another man. Nobody, absolutely nobody. I don't care what excuse he would have used. I say he could have been a Buddhist, a Muslim. He could have been anything. But he was absolutely right. No man is born to to be a slave in this world. That is absolutely wrong on all levels. And like I said, Nat Turner was someone who grew up in the Christian faith. You know what I'm saying? Even when he was a young child, he used to go around telling stories um, about, you know, how he would have visions from God. And like I said, this is not something that is uncommon with individuals that are involved with religion, even individuals that are not involved with religion, who have a sense of spirituality. You know, they say the same thing, that they had a vision, you know, and they saw this, and this is what's supposed to take place. Like, hey, bro, if that's your vision, make it happen, manifest that. So Nat Turner, using his faith and using the Bible, like I say, he read through those texts himself. Nat Turner could read, you know what I'm saying? He was taught how to read, so he could read those texts himself. And so upon reading those texts, that's when he started to come across the scriptures that told them that they were supposed to be prosperous, that they weren't supposed to be oppressed, that they were supposed to be prosperous. So I said he felt like that he was a prophet sent by God, just like Moses, to free his people. And he did it by any means necessary. I do not feel guilty about what happened, or what he did to those people to free his people from those plantations at all. What happened, and there were some accounts where they even talked about where they even killed the entire family, including children. I completely understand why someone who grew up as a slave would act out in that manner. And I say I do not hold it against them for being angry for doing any of those acts, because they were serious about being free. They were dead serious about fighting for their freedom, and they were going to do it by any means necessary. And like I said, he believed in God. He believed that he was sent by God, and he used that to gather the individuals. They were first mainly the individuals that were already believers in the Christian faith, but because a lot of them could not read themselves, they were given texts that were altered. So I'm pretty sure a lot of us heard about the slave Bible and stuff like that, how they used to leave out, they left out the book of Exodus because they didn't want the slaves to know that God was himself was against his people being slaves. So they used to leave those texts out. And they was used to try to come up with other stuff, like of course what Paul said, I think in the book of, I think it was Corinthians, where someone asked them about subjecting themselves to the Roman government authority, and he told them that they should accept their appointed authority because God ordained it as so. Now, so if you believe that everything in this universe is orchestrated by God, then you need to understand that every act that occurs is something that was put forth by God. So that means the positive and the negative. And just to reference, Isaiah 45:7 says, I am the creator of both good and evil. So there's a duality in this, where he understands that not only did he create something beautiful, but he also created something that was very ugly and something that was tainted.
Are you
And
not
so
entertained?
if you believe in God, if you are a Christian, then you need to understand that you are just as capable of doing something that is evil, and you are also capable of doing something that is good at the same time. What Nat Turner did by influencing the people to follow him so they could free themselves was absolutely good. That was the most positive thing that anyone could have ever done for those people at that point in time. They were mentally abused, they were beating, they were to the point where they were willing to die as slaves. You had so many individuals that were afraid to run away. even in the letters of his confession, he talked about how they were a group of black men that turned him over
Hey,
to
Mike,
the white people that were looking for him.
you cooking with grease, my G. You cooking with grease. I gotta hit you with this one.
You know I'm surgical with this bitch, Jake. How you want it?
Takari,
Yeah,
get
can I
in
say
here,
something
man.
real quick?
Get in here, Takari.
Yeah, I'm not trying to compete with the brother and nothing like that, but yeah, but like here's the thing. Like that's the problem with Christianity. Christianity always taught us that God was just all good. But God is both good and like he's both good and evil. That's what we say when we give him all the power. If you're telling me about everything good, then that means that God don't have all power because he also have to have evil too, which make him a God also of balance. So what we mean by evil, meaning that he brings destruction and bring calamity. It never said in the Bible that he's the God of wickedness. Wickedness is immorality, but evil is destruction, chaos. You know what I'm saying? So there's certain times. That's why in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, it says there's a time for everything. There's a time for peace and there's a time for calamity. You know, so when you got people that are perpetually evil, you know, God, you have to apply evil to those that are perpetually evil. Because if you apply righteous to somebody that is perpetually evil, they just gonna become more evil because they feel like there's no consequences. So if you reward somebody with good all the time and they're evil, they're gonna think it's right to be evil. And not only just that, but they're gonna want to pass down that evil to somebody else. So you gotta bring evil to those that are evil. You know, that's why the Most High create evil. So when I get on Sinetta's platform and he start talking about complaining about God creating evil, I'm not worried about that, about God creating evil, because God create evil for those that are evil. You know, because when you read in the book of Second Kings, God spent a lot of time trying to get Ahab to do righteous, and he sent the truth to him in the form of Machiel, the prophet. And Machiel was trying to tell them, like, say, fam, because of your wicked lifestyle, if you go to war with the Syrians, you're gonna get killed. You're gonna get folded like an omelet dish for Marge. That's just what it is. But he didn't want to hear none of that. He wasn't trying to hear none of that. He was like, man, I'm on one. Man, I'm the king of Israel. I'm about to get him Syrians that work. So God said, okay, you know what? Since you don't want to believe in the truth that I just sent to you, you want to believe in a lie? Okay, you get a lie then. So he sent the lying spirit to the mouth of the prophets of Ahab. And so Ahab went to Assyria and they folded that man like a lawn chair, all because he didn't want to get the truth. You know, but you know, it's just certain people. He was reprobate. You know, he was reprobate. Now I know people be like, but God got the power to stop him from doing that because he got our power. Just because God got our power don't mean that we got power ourselves. That's why he said we are guards ourselves, because even though he got power, he give us the power to make decisions that affect our reality. You know, so he gives us that power even though he's eternal. So he got eternal power. He gives us a little power that we use on our own. And so he wanted the power to be lied to and live a lie. God said, okay, don't just live a lie for the good, live a lie for the whole aspect of it. So he showed you how a lie can get you killed. So his prophets is like, bro, man, forget what that nigga Michael talking about. He don't know what he talking about. He hating. He mad because you the king of Israel. Go down there and go fold them Syrians. Them, they weak. Look at them over there. They ain't got nobody. They naked. They running around. Go fold them. Went over there. He ended up dying. You know, because he didn't listen. And you know, this is so when people be like, but your God created evil. He sent the lying spirit. I'm not worried about it because he sent the lying spirit to those who want to be lied to. I don't want to be lied to, so I don't care about what the next man got going on. If the next man want to be a perpetual liar and want to live a life of lie, that ain't got nothing to do with me. If I'm living righteous and I truly want the truth, God gonna send the truth to me. I can't worry about the next man. The problem with a lot of people that get out of the Bible, they too busy worried about other people's issues. When the God of the Bible said, "Do not worry about man's walk. Worry about your walk in the Most High." I don't care about what the next nigga got going on. I care about what I got going on. Every time I hear about a lot of people dropping out of the Bible, it's always because of what they saw in the church. And yeah, you fell out of the Bible, not you, Michael, but I'm saying in general. You fell out of that person fell out of the
All right.
Bible because they too busy
All
worried
right.
about other niggas' walk. You stop
All
worried
right.
about other folks. You stop worried about other people's walk. Worry about your own walk. That's none of your
Corey,
business. Now you.
tenacious to Corey Dawson. Finish your thought, brother. Finish your
Oh
thought.
yeah, yeah. I'm not worried about another nigga's walk because the Bible tells me not to worry about another man's walk. Worry about my walk with the Most High. Whatever he got going on, that's him. Listen, if the Most High sin if the Most High kill a bunch of people, it's because they was wicked. I'm not worried about God killing a bunch of people because they wicked. The person that's worried about God killing a bunch of people because they wicked, because they not living a righteous lifestyle themselves. Because if you was living a righteous lifestyle, you wouldn't worry about God killing the wicked, you know? Especially if these people are detrimental to the earth. Nobody got a problem when doctors kill certain cells in your body when it's when it's causing havoc in your body. So those evil people are like cancerous cells to a body called earth, and they're making the earth sick. So God got to kill them off. That's what God got to do. So I read a lot of evil people. I read
You know I'm
that's
surgical
why
with
I'm
this
saying
bitch, Jake. How you want it?
I'm pro.
Of running
That's
this
why I
shit.
say.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
That's why I say.
Corey went in. Hey, to
I,
Corey, we gotta let Mike respond.
oh my bad, my bad.
It's his show, but I'm gonna say this. This is my 2 cents. When it comes to our black leaders, our ancestors, our more recent ones, whether it's Dr. King, Malcolm X, our brother who Pam put up, it regardless of who it is, I think we know the narrative. And it go a little something like this.
You either die a hero or you live long enough to see yourself become the villain.
Mike,
Absolutely.
go ahead and respond and let's close this thing out.
Man, I just want to say, bro, like you came in shaking like a pit bull, bro. But like I absolutely agree with you, man, because like I said, there's a duality to this, you know what I'm saying? It's just like raising a child, you know, you reward them for the good behavior, and you have to punish them for the negative and the bad things they do, so you can teach them that every action has a reaction. So if you do something that is positive in this world, you are going to reap the rewards of that. And if you're going around and you end up doing something negative, you are going to suffer the consequences of your actions. And there has to be something that restores the balance to your actions, because you cannot just go around and just kill whoever you want to kill. You can't go around and just sleep with whoever you want to sleep with. There are consequences to your actions. So, man, like you was on point with that, bro. Like you was really on point. You know, you have to, at some point you have to put your foot down. You know, the same mother and father that you ran to for hugs and kisses be the same mother and father that's gonna pull the belt out on you. You know, you have to show them where the guideline is, and you have to make sure that they don't cross that line, because if they do cross that line, there are plenty of people out here in this world. Like we know less than 1% of the world's population. At any given time, every person knows less than 1% of the world's population on a personal level. There are 99% people out here who don't know you. You can go out here and say one random phrase to somebody, and next thing you know, they're set off and they think that you're the worst person in the world. And you could just be trying to do something helpful towards that person. But because they don't know you on that personal level, they can end up taking your words, your constructive criticism as you being negative towards them. And I say a lot of times I've noticed, let's say, as I've gotten older, where I try to talk to individuals, you know, saying that I see struggling in life, because I see that they're getting ready or they've already made the same mistakes that I have. I want to try to do something about, you know what I'm saying, where they're going to end up. Like, hey man, you know what I'm saying? When I was that age, I did this, I did that, you know, I went to jail for this, bro. I suffered for this. Like hey man, when you get in that little fishbowl and you got that jumpsuit on, bro, it's a whole nother world. And we do not want to be a part of that, man. We really don't want to be a part of that. Because once you get locked up, man, like your whole mentality towards reality just shifts.
Hey, and with that being said, family, that is the Michael Everett. He will be back, family. He got a lot more to contribute to Paradigm Shift, to the Versus series. Y'all already know what it is with Takari. I'm gonna holler at Takari later on because I got something big I want to talk to him about. Y'all know what we doing, man. It's Paradigm Shift TV. Y'all gonna see me do some more powerful interviews. I got my brother Edward Dodge coming back, author, debater, etc. I'm gonna be replaying our first interview coming up. Well, no, it's not our first interview, but it was a presentation he did on marijuana in the Bible. I'm gonna be replaying that probably tomorrow, and y'all will be able to check him out. But he'll be coming back in early December. Try to collaborate with him a lot more. We got some things in store, man. So y'all stay tuned. The champ, the reigning, defending, distinguished champ, Pandemus African, will be defending his title next year. Y'all look forward to that. We're going to be revealing all as it pertains to who he'll be defending it against. We're going to tell y'all what's up with the social media title, get that division popping. And y'all just stay tuned, man. We're trying to bring y'all some dope content. I'm going to be doing my presentations. I'm sure Mike will be back to do his. Takari can do whatever he want to do. He got the green light. We up in here, family. Y'all look forward to Pan appearing and doing some things. He gonna be getting some things popping. Y'all check out the Najiti Project. He'll be dropping a new episode tomorrow. So, hey man, y'all keep rocking with us. Y'all know what it is. It's your brother DMG, the poet, aka the infamous DMG. Any last words from my man Michael Everett?
Hey man, I just want to say just peace and love to everybody, bro. It really don't matter what your belief is, what your ideology is. Just try to make sure that we get to the point where we respect each other for our differences and our indifferences, because we are all put on this earth to survive, and that's
well said, my brother. Well said. All right, family, y'all know how it go, man. We finna leave y'all with our brother, the one and only Neo Love, Paradigm Shift TV 314's own Phenom. Before I go, shout out to my brother, the one and only Nobody from Trust and Believe the Gospel, been holding down Paradigm Shift TV 314 as its pillar since the beginning. Shout out to my little bro. I got to drop a bomb for him right quick. Family, we out of here. Y'all check out the sounds of Neo Love. That's peace.
Yeah. I know I got about 30 seconds to make y'all feel this before y'all turn it off these days. That I might not even release it. But I be doing this shit for me. Help me get through. I feel like I give until I can't, but most don't recognize until I ain't. Blood on them covers, she hoping paint. Sorry, mama, but it ain't. This world took a toll on me. And everyone that say they love me always seem to follow me. The same one that call me great, treat me like I ain't shit. I read between the lines, it's written all over your eyes. I see the disappointment in the eyes of the ones who want me dead, but I ain't never been scared, I tried to get there. Sometimes I wonder if I survived or did I die on that ride to that hospital. Demons all around me, I am not mental. This game of life, it is not simple. Last time I was happy, I was popping pills.